Dear students, in the previous courses, we have learned about the principle of leveling, leveling instruments and tools, and the placement steps of leveling instrument. After the experiment class in the last section, we have a certain understanding of the operation and observation methods of the instrument. Today, we will learn about the layout of leveling route. First of all, let's learn about one of the layout forms of leveling route, closed leveling route. Closed leveling route, that is, starting from a leveling point, leveling is carried out along the to-be-determined elevation points, and finally returned to the original leveling point, forming a circular route. From the example, this leveling route starts from BMA point, passes through number 1, number 2, and number 3 points and returns to BMA point. Then the elevation of number 1 point is equal to the elevation of known point A plus the first segment elevation difference h1, and the elevation of number 2 point is equal to the elevation of number 1 point plus the second segment elevation difference h2, and so on. We can cancel the elevations on both sides of the equation and find that h1 plus h2 plus h3 plus h4 equals 0, so in the closed leveling route, sigma h equals 0. That is, the theoretical value of the closed difference is 0. We think that in addition to the closed leveling route from point A to point A, what kind of leveling route do we have? Yes, the attached leveling route. Attachment leveling route, it is formed by the route starting from a leveling point, leveling along the to-be-determined elevation points, and finally attaching to another leveling point. That is, the leveling route laid between two leveling points. From the figure, assuming that the elevation of our known point A is 100.000 meters, and the elevation of another known point B is 105.000 meters, then such a leveling route from point A to point B, how much should its height difference be in theory? Yes, the elevation of point B minus the elevation of point A is calculated to be 5.000 meters, but we actually measure the error due to the error of the instrument and the error caused by human error and reading error. Will the final height difference be 5.000 meters? There must be some deviation, right? So we see that in the attached leveling route, the calculation formula of the closed difference FH is not the same as the closed one. It is the sum of the height difference we measure minus the theoretical value. Why is the closed leveling route FH equals h measured? In fact, it is also a measured height difference minus the theoretical value, but the theoretical value is 0. In the adherence leveling route, we can see that it starts from a known elevation point and arrives at another known elevation point. Is there a leveling route from a known elevation point that is neither closed nor adhered? It is the third layout form of leveling route, called branch leveling route. Teaching knowledge point 3, the layout of branch leveling route, it starts from a leveling point and carries out leveling measurement along each to-be-determined elevation point, and the end is still an unknown point. Theoretically, the height difference from the known point A to the unknown point number 2 should be equal to the height difference and size from the number 2 point to the known point A, with the opposite sign. That is, sigma h2 equals sigma h return. If sigma h2 is not equal to sigma h return, there is a closed height difference fh equals sigma h2 plus sigma h return. Students, we see that three different types of leveling routes will appear AFH, that is, a closed height difference. So is it okay to have any value of the closed height difference? This is not correct. Due to the existence of instrument errors, observation errors and external conditions, the height difference, closed difference we measured is often different from the theoretical value. Only when our closed difference is less than or equal to the allowable range can the measurement accuracy meet the requirements. When the absolute value of the height difference, closed difference is less than or equal to the error allowable range, our field measurement accuracy is qualified. The calculation formula of the allowable range is plus or minus 40 square root of L and plus or minus 12 square root of N, with the unit of mm. Note that L represents the length of the leveling route, with the unit of km, and N represents the number of leveling stations, with the unit of 1. In this class, we learned the layout of closed leveling route, attached leveling route and branch leveling route, as well as the calculation of the error allowable range of our leveling measurement. The next class will be a closed leveling route measurement experiment class. According to the teacher's requirements, all students should observe, record and calculate by themselves. I hope all students can review after class and complete the observation task.